I'm on HMS Victory, Lord Admiral Nelson's ship at the Battle of Trafalgar. I'm going to give you a little tour of this fantastic vessel. This is where Admiral Lord Nelson fell, struck by a sniper from the French Redoutable. This is Captain Hardy's dining cabin. It doubled as a meeting room for officers, but Captain Hardy was the captain of Victory, and Admiral Nelson was admiral of the entire fleet at the time, at least at Trafalgar. This is Captain Hardy's sleeping quarters. Look at this. This is his bed with the curtains. You know, that would be rocking back and forth. Oh, I'm sure it was quite comfortable. Here's a chicken coop. You had to have bring your food with you. And this is punishment. I'd kind of like to see Vitali demonstrate this for us, but this is a cat of nine tails. This which would be lashed with. See those pieces of metal on there, or actually knots in the leather. Oof. You get 72 lashes with that. Probably beat with this too. And here's some beautiful firearms. There's cutlasses and pistols. Probably beat. Here we have some battle paraphernalia. These are grappling hooks where you would throw it onto the neighboring vessel so you could board, and pikes to push off. Revolvers, cutlasses. I'm gonna guess that's possibly gunpowder in there, unless somebody knows differently. Canister, 12 PR. This is the upper gun deck of Victory, and they have canvas here now, but this used to be open, so this deck got a lot of sunshine and rain too, but it was open to the fresh air. This is a pump, I think, for fresh water. Can you imagine how fresh it was sitting down below and probably close to the keel for months? Oof. This is a carronade. It's a smaller cannon, and this was really lethal. This could tear apart the timbers of a ship easily, and they also put musket balls in to rake the deck of a ship beforehand. This is John Scott's office. John Scott was Admiral Nelson's secretary, and he did all the paperwork in here. They said Admiral Nelson could do up to 7 hours of paperwork a day. This is Admiral Nelson's booze bar. And this is his dining hall. And this is the table where he gathered his captains to explain his plan at the Battle of Trafalgar. This is Admiral Nelson's day cabin. And let me show you Admiral Nelson's privy. Now, I must say, this is quite a nice view. I believe this is the French officer, the French sniper who did our admiral in. This is Admiral Nelson's sleeping quarters. Now, he only had one arm and one eye, so he didn't want a swinging hammock because he could get into this bed easy. This actually looks quite comfortable. I suppose that's a chamber pot, but I also want to show you this. This is Emma Hamilton. This is the lady. He was married, but he had an affair with Emma. That Hamilton woman is the name of a movie, Winston Churchill's favorite movie, starring Laurence Olivier. But he loved her, and he always wanted this picture taken care of when they went into battle. "Take care of my guardian angel," he would say. Here we are in the kitchen. Couple of hens there. I don't think that's going to feed 500 guys. I thought I should come in here and ask for some avocado toast, see if that could be arranged. Huge stoves, ovens. Now, as soon as the battle began, this stove would have to be, all the fires doused, because there's gunpowder all over the place. And the coals and the gunpowder would not be a good mix. So the men would have to eat whatever they were eating raw, uncooked. This is the capstan, lowering anchors. This is dinner. This is salt pork and peas porridge. No Big Macs. This is what they had every day, and they would have grog, which was rum-based. You can't believe the amount of rum these guys drank. And they laced it with lime juice to prevent scurvy, which is where the name limeys came from. This is the lower gun deck. Look at how these guys had to sleep compared to Admiral Nelson and Captain Hardy. Look how close they were. And these, imagine them swinging in a rough sea. I think they had these all down, 500 men, so you see this entire gun deck. They probably have these hammocks all down through here and cleared away for any action. You can imagine these cannon all blazing and cannonballs smashing through. John Scott, I mentioned him earlier, Admiral Nelson's secretary, was cut in two by a cannonball and his body thrown over the deck to clear it. I don't know if this was on Victory, but a lot of these ships, there would be sawdust all over the floor to sop up the blood because you didn't want a slippery deck. This is the carpenter's workroom. These guys would be working day and night trying to repair Victory after the battle. Here's some ship's rats. Admiral Nelson, we have something special for you today, sir. Now we're in the sick bay. There are some of their medicines, and here are the cots where the sick would lie. The sick and wounded. It's in the bow so that the fresh air would come in. And they would be restricted here in case they carry something communicable like cholera. When Admiral Lord Nelson was shot, he said to Hardy, "I'm done for, Hardy." "Oh, I hope not. I'm shot through the backbone." And he was. He was taken below. He covered his face with a handkerchief so it wouldn't alarm the crew. This is the Orlop Deck, where the surgeons worked. Amputations. Here's the surgeon.
Now I would like to say this is the least healthy place on the whole ship, as all that stale air was.
Isn't that just what you want your doctor to say? This is the least healthy place. There's your foot. There's your hand. Doctor, how long does it take to take off somebody's foot?
30 seconds with the axe.
With an axe, okay. It's a surgeon's instruments.
What's here? Is that body coming?
Wow. This is where Nelson died. He knew he was on his way out. His backbone was shattered. So he called for Captain Hardy to come down, and he told him he was done for. But Captain Hardy told him that they won a brilliant victory. And he said, "Take care of my dear Lady Hamilton." And he said, "Kiss me, Hardy." And Hardy kissed him on the cheek and on the forehead. And then he said, what did he say, Vitaly?
I did my duty, thanks God.
Thank God I did my duty. And then he passed away right there on that spot. Oh, my back. Oh, God. Kiss me, Hardy. Okay.
Thanks God.